I'm messing with the light. Oh wow, we're live.
Hello, YouTube.
Oh man, an
My
Ableton experience.
an Ableton experience.
We were chatting about a buddy of mine named Surya, who created a bunch of music and is creating a bunch of music under the name Deus do Sol. And he uses Ableton. So we were chatting about Surya and Deus do Sol. Shout out to him. And Alex was going to share. Do you have Spotify or YouTube where you can pull it up and we can search for his music? I think it's going to be easier to find on Spotify. I don't know that it's on.
Can you spell his name again? Dios.
Yeah, Deus Dosol. It's all one word.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know if he's going to be on YouTube. I'll be curious. Oh, there he is. Well, yes, this is the music he's been publishing. Oh, over there, top tracks on the left. That, yeah. It's all chill hop.
Nice, man.
Yeah. It's all chill. I mean, it's essentially, if you follow his discography, it all has a similar vibe. He's a percussionist by nature, and he does handpan, like yeah, drum. You hit the different tones, and he's an amazing artist. It's been awesome to see how he's taken Ableton and put together beautiful music and just hit a rhythm with releasing. Over on Spotify, I've been able to watch the numbers grow, and he's amassed a much larger following than he had before. Kind of each time his audience over there grows a bit. So I'm proud of him. I'm excited for him.
His style,
his music is really
beautiful.
Nice.
Lo-fi.
Yeah,
it's healing. It's healing in some way. Like
yeah,
very chill, very down tempo. I love it.
I do too. No, I'm glad you asked. And yeah, his music is fantastic. Well, I don't know if while we're streaming, if you want to chat about why we were talking about Deus do Sol. We were thinking about the model for how Alex could put some music together and release it to everyone who's listening or not.
What do you guys think? Should I release a new EP? I guess the answer is yes. The question is when.
Oh no. Well, I guess maybe the question is when. What kind of deadline do you want to give yourself?
Well, I'm moving to my new space in two less than 2 months, but you can say 2 months because it takes an extra week to really get set up in my new setup. I'm gonna try to very quickly build it because I'm very excited, and I got the help of amazing people here who can help me with my setups. Uh, moving. I've moved so many times with this setup of mine, which is pretty complex. Lots of machinery that are expensive, fragile, which is the worst combo if you want to move. And but I'm used to the process now, and it's like the more you practice, the better you become at anything. And moving is something that I've practiced enough that now it's kind of an exciting thing to do.
Yeah. No, I follow. I follow. So one of the last things I'll share with you before I hop off, or maybe we'll wrap the stream up before I hop off, we'll see here, would be what can you do now in the next 2 months before you've got your studio set up that would make it easier to just hit the ground running? So I don't know.
I have some promises, okay? I'm gonna
You have
promise.
some what?
I mean, maybe the word, like, should the word be promise or should it be a
Yeah,
deadline, a
like
goal, a
make a promise and keep it. Yeah.
commitment, uh, um, to have my website ready, my new website, the new version of my website. So that's something I can finish definitely in 2 months. So I want to commit to that. I have um. So the thing is, I've been on a sprint of creative flows and quick piano flows.
Yeah.
And
Such a thing.
this
Brilliant.
week I started something. I started a new intention of teaching all I know and kind of creating a 1 hour and a half workshop of deconstructing everything I know about a certain topic. And this week I did that for the piano, and I intend to do Ableton Live and music production, getting started for music producers next week. And it's something I do live as if it's a real class that I'm giving. And it's actually a class, and people can comment, ask questions, um, and I can answer them if I have the time. But like I'll be flowing, and I really like this hour and a half format because it allows me to really tell a story and enjoy the process and not just be technical and focused on the steps and the transformation. And a lot of I've seen that a lot of YouTubers um, that are also teachers and have their own courses, they they pay some people. They have a team of people working on taking their live classes and turning them into consumable content for Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and creating 10 minutes videos out of like an hour and a half class on orchestration. And that's some things that I worked on in my career as a media specialist for Oracle, Zivix, Jamstick, the MIDI guitar. I was making content for them, so I know how to make that kind of content, but I also know how much effort it takes to do that, and to do that consistently. And this is something that I want to commit myself to. So I want to get ready to do that in 2 months. So I'm planning a lot of things for my new studio. I want to make it, of course, something that can be a live stream setup and a music studio at the same time. Because my main thing that I love to do is to create music, to produce music for fun and for my own creativity. And if it takes me to an album, then that's great. I can always aim at something. I like to have a structure so that I can flow even better. So it's cool, you know, like if we set the goal that I want to make an album in my new house, from the moment I moved in to when the lease ends, which is the next year, if I can get a full album ready by then of maybe 12 songs, that'll be that'll be wow. And like if it's 8 songs that are really awesome and epic, I'm also fine with that.
Right to that.
So I hope this kind of makes sense.
It makes sense. The thought challenge, and this is connected. I can't remember if how much of last week's content we streamed. I guess we didn't stream any of last week's content or Monday night's content. The challenge question from what we talked about on Monday night to what you just shared is that one of the ways you can move on that faster is to not wait 2 months, is to actually start any and all of the things that are going to make it easier to do all of that when you do have your studio set up. So the time consuming stuff, the not fun stuff, writing 10 different Instagram posts that you know you're not going to be posting until 2 months from now, but having them written, or at least having the text all in one place, you know, having all of that in front of you, having, for example, on the songs, why wait, right? Why not give yourself tighter challenges on shipping some of that? So Paolo, one of the things we talked about on Monday night is that within that challenge, if you say, if I challenge you to finish that video by Monday night, so we met on Monday, tonight's Thursday, you still got a few more days. Part of your explanation would make it sound like, well, it's going to be impossible to create the video in 1 week because I was planning to take months to get that done. So it feels impossible to do it in 1 week. But if you finish it in 1 week and it's no good, that's okay. You don't have to post it.
Exactly.
But I have a feeling that if you really sprinted on that video, like breathing it, drinking it, bathing in it, just pushing for 1 week hard to ship a video, I think that what you're going to have as an end product is going to be closer than you think to being done. Maybe you could even post it. You don't have to, right? You're not going to lose anything by sprinting hard. So I know you've got 2 months till you get your place set up, and I definitely celebrate that. I hope you don't, Paolo, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just provoking right now, right, at Alex. But with thoughtful, challenging questions, Alex, sincerely, you know, I think you can make it happen even faster, because I've heard you play. You mentioned some of your piano quick flows have been blooming lately. I watched one earlier this week. I loved it. It was like 12 minutes, or how many minutes was it? It was shorter than what you've normally done. I loved it.
Yeah, yeah, I have some shorter ones too, and that's also one of the ideas. You know, from the hour and a half, I can definitely take maybe like some 10 minutes of my sessions and release them by themselves and give them different titles. Like there's so many topics, so like I can kind of narrow down. Okay, this part that was how to design a blocky bass. You know, using the analog or the synth thingy. So that's why I like to train myself to be able to kind of in the moment ship that information, and then like adding, you know, the editing the video, the beautiful things, that's something that I'd rather have someone do. So I'd rather find someone that I really trust that will understand my vision and can do it consistently for me. And that's something, you know, that I'm willing to invest for managing my time, and I'm giving myself more freedom to be more focused on the creative. And yeah, but these are goals. Like these are.
Oh, I follow.
It's
No, I
not.
follow. And I'm curious. And yeah, no, I follow. And what's interesting about that as well, we're going to have to run here in a minute, but Um, I actually think it's kind of interesting that you could go and look to just see on Fiverr.com and maybe find one other marketplace where you could find freelancers and just price it out. Just figure out how much would it cost. It's worth doing just to know what the price is, what the different price points are, right? Because there's got to be some people who do it for a lower price, but they might not be as good. And then there's got to be people who are listed as like the Fiverr pros, and they might have different price points. And then you can probably find your elite people, right? The people who are like, this is going to be awesome, but it's going to cost way too much money. But if you have those prices in front of you, just knowing there really might be times when it's an easy call. It's like, oh, whoa, I've been working with this person and all I have to do is pay them $50 and they will add my intro, add some text that I've already given them and do some of this. Like, whoa, well, that's a no-brainer, right? There's a meaningful price that I can pay that's helpful to me. Or maybe it's more than that. I don't know the prices. I'm just saying it'd be interesting to kind of have that at your fingertips. Um,
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Adam, for your tips and the
yeah.
challenge, because it does serve a purpose, even though it doesn't necessarily lead to the goal that I tell you that I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah.
It makes me run, and that's something that we all like to do, and
Oh yeah.
we all
Yeah.
need to do.
Yeah.
Just
Sure.
keep running, keep swimming.
Yeah.
So I'm,
Love it.
wow, man, my thought disappeared because I don't want to take more of your time.
Oh no, you're fine, man. Hey, do you want to kick off the streaming before we say goodbye, or are you guys going to keep streaming?
No, let's wrap it up for people for now. All right, guys, keep on rocking it.